Okay, this is gonna piss me off. This shit is gonna piss me off. All right, guys. So we're gonna go like this. Then we're gonna this. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I want light, but I don't want it beaming. Okay. It's better. It's better. I'll go get my makeshift. The one thing, oh, son of a biscuit. Look, we're just gonna do this, okay? We're just gonna. I really do wish that they would let us finagle with how things look with YouTube Live, but whatever. All right, guys. We're gonna make sure it's all good, hunky-dory. And cut my head off, but you can see everything here, so. All right, I think we got it. I was just making sure. Oh, son of a biscuit. I was making sure people could hear. Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. All right, we're gonna do this. It's coffee and tarot. Let me give you the premise for it. We sit down, we grab a cup, we settle in because we don't know what message we're gonna get because it's all on spirit. Spirit gets to determine. They're in charge. We don't come to this with any kind of preconceived notions, any questions, time frames, parameters, any intentions. We are just sitting down and seeing what spirit has to say to us. Okay, so yeah, like those can be longer conversations. So go ahead, settle in, and let's see what the message is. Now I'm gonna give you my spiel. Okay, you are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So my recommendation is to never Cinderella, make a fit. Okay. Great. Yay. Oof. Okay, so tarot sexual magic is got energy beaming off of it. But I do not want to start there. I'm good, you? It's the only one beaming, y'all. Okay, I can't show the images off of this one. But I mean, like up close and personal, you know what I mean? But we're gonna start here. This would be a very energetic. This is gonna be in the realm of either love, romance, passion, that kind of stuff. We're out the gate coming out with this one, so I'm okay. Oh, the deck is really hard to. It's not very pliable, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what? Because it's usually does a better job than that, but I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I don't mean it like that. It should be fun though if we're starting out the gate. Like I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Let's go. Ace of Swords. There's a lot of intensity with this particular card. I'm getting a sense of like bold directness with it. Kind of setting the tone, setting the pace, being in control. There's a sense of dominance with this, assertiveness. Like, what is the right word to describe somebody who's under this energy? It's a very in charge, direct kind of energy. I'll put that back on if I need it. Bold. I know there's a word that would describe this. Like if you were to try and describe a person. It is the Ace of Swords. That's a level of communication though. So maybe it's not about there's very direct, no nonsense, not mincing words type of communication that is bold in the sense like it doesn't cross lines. It's bold as in I mean what I say. I state what I mean. So we have a sword here that is pointed up. We also have a red string. We have a heart with one nail through it. And there's this sense of see, there's one person that's dominating in this card and another person that is in a sense surrendering. Only in this, it is a feminine type of energy that feels like they are assertive, bold, kind of like direct in their communication, direct in their wants, desires, boundaries. Um, and I'm a very masculine energy that is l- letting the feminine direct something. There doesn't seem to be a challenge in whatever's being communicated. They want me to redo this. The world. This is a masculine that for a lack of a better way to describe it would worship the ground somebody walks on. Um like I want to give you the world, not to be cliche and whatever with that shit. Um is the type that would want to. Like that would be their goal is to make you feel as if they're giving you the world. Whatever world you create. And that's the thing, the feminine creates and the masculine delivers on the creation. The feminine informs. So it's almost as if like I feel like somebody has given very direct, uncomplicated, straightforward communication. Like, this is how it's gonna be. And there's a masculine, it's like, okay, there's no questioning of this. I would do all of that for you kind of a situation. 5 of Pentacles. This particular one feels as if it's because we got the violin, like when we always say the tiny violin, like the sadness, the woo, kind of thing of something that's put down. These two are embracing one another. I feel as if, dare I say, this is sounding so Disney princess esque, in a way, or like fairy tale ish, whatever. So my apologies in the delivery, but this is how it's coming through. You know me, I'll get to the nitty gritty some shit in a minute. But like, there's something that both are missing. Five of Pentacles. This may be kind of like in order to bridge this gap or whatever it is, if someone's setting down like boundaries, ground rules, ooh, that's going ground rules, like this is my expectation, and the other is like, absolutely, I will deliver on that. Whatever it is that you want, you deserve this, blah, blah, blah. Like it's to, it's almost as if that's what is necessary um to remedy the Five of Pentacles. Like they are the answer to one another's whatever they're missing. Then we have the Ten of Wands, which is no like this leads to no longer having to do something alone. Ye- These two individuals, I don't care to what degree they've been in relationships or connections or anything else like that. They have really felt like whatever dynamics they've been in, they feel like they've been doing this alone, this life. Like two people that have not had individuals show up. But this is with this particular Ten of Wands, and I will cover it up like down here. But it is fully he's hoisted her up in the air, and she has full faith in whoever this particular masculine is. So there's a person, the one that's setting down the boundaries or or kind of like doing the communication and like establishing something, like how things are going to go, has full faith and trust in the other individual that they will deliver. Um, that tells me this person is fully capable of whatever is being requested. Um, Acting almost as if because he's not up against a wall, he's not up like he's just midair, hoisted her up, and she's just safe. She's very safe, whoever this is. And it gives that feeling of like, I know it sounds weird. Whoever the is in the masculine energy, ready to give the world to somebody, doesn't need anything to hold them up in the sense of like materially, like they are fully capable of delivering. Um, they're oh, this is so cliche. They're seriously looking for something that's a soft place to a soft space. They neither one we going from the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands, neither one want to do this alone anymore. Whatever alone feels like or means to each one. Because it's not a matter of I don't have people in my life. It is the I can only meet somebody as deeply as I've met myself kind of situation, and being able to find the person that can meet you and see you and walk with you in the manner that you are capable for them. That's the difficult piece. That's where they have felt alone. That's what they have felt like they've been missing. Okay. Yeah, this is Ace of Pentacles, ready to start something now in the real world. I just heard. Okay. Why does this feel like a like book talk? Like, like, oh, it just feels so airy fairy, like like a limerence, like this is how like people would imagine it, but it doesn't ever actually, you know what I mean? It is too frou-frou-y. Oh, so sorry. Hey, David. Ooh, okay. Okay, David. Um, so this is something of like, so if somebody's saying this is what's required, okay, in order to have something with me, this masculine energy is moving mountains and bridging gaps in order to make that happen because they are in a place of no longer wanting to be without. They want to come together. They want to do things with someone. They don't want to do this alone. They want to move this into something real within. They want to bring this to fruition, basically. Okay. This feels a little like, okay. Um, there may have been distractions with this masculine. We got the 3 of cups. Does not always mean third party, but this does feel like too many energies at play in. So if this is about eliminating that because comes out with the 6 of swords. 3 of cups with the 6 of swords. They're moving away from another situation or energy that complicates this situation. I get like too many cooks in the kitchen kind of energy, too many whatevers. It's like narrowing down, focusing. So this masculine is moving away from one situation to move towards another. I don't want to give it like the, oh, somebody's leaving somebody kind of thing. Because it doesn't necessarily feel like that. Um, but they are moving away from something. And it could be a someone, but not necessarily like it's not necessarily giving like I'm leaving somebody for somebody else kind of situation. But they are leaving something. They have and it's falling underneath the boundaries of like this is what I expect. So are downsizing their world. And the fact that the 6 of swords comes underneath the world card, that does create some sense of distance. Both are indicators of travel. Um, there may be, which would make sense because we got the Ace of Swords with the world. There's some kind of connecting online that might be happening. But whatever this is that this masculine is making moves to move towards this feminine. Like this is what I expect. This is what's necessary. This is what you have to do in order to be near me. In order for anything very clear expectations. There we go. That's a good way to say it. Very clear expectations. No mincing words. Ace of Wands. There's a lot of desire here, a lot of like feeling drawn in. Very intense passion coming off of this. Very much so feeling like there's like a fire burning for somebody. Somebody's got a fire burning. They really desire somebody. This masculine really desires a feminine. And it's funny because in this particular one where we said like they're both missing something, he's obviously the one that walked towards her and is embracing her. Okay, why is this unfolding like this? I feel like I need to pull another deck. We'll get the next two and then we'll figure out what the fuck's happening. Somebody is moving forward in a manner that honors. Seven of Wands is this sense of self-respect. It is the card of boundaries and expectations and standing in your power and knowing your worth and exercising those, not compromising. And so in order to have this new beginning, that's exactly what has to happen. So whatever this new beginning is between these two people, the feminine is in utter control of how this is going to develop, unfold, and move forward. They are absolutely calling the shots as far as expectations, and this masculine is 1,000%, 1,000% accommodating, like absolutely. And under the Ace of Pentacles, this is Ten of Cups. I can't show that. It's got stuff going on. So this new beginning, we definitely, and here I've got to show you this particular one. Take a look at the bottom down here. You've got one green candle, two red, and the red string of fate. Only. So I feel like the masculine, okay, guys. I'm sorry. Um if I look at the candle, the center candle representing the masculine, there's two candles. There's a green one and a red one. Um, the red one has two red strings. It's almost like this person is connected to them, right? Like the masculine is connected to them, and they're connected to the masculine in a very fated, destined kind of a way. Like right. The green candle, the masculine has his red ribbon reached out to the green candle, but the green candle is sending a green ribbon back. That's telling me that this is a situation where I feel like the masculine thought that they were with somebody that was meant for them, meant in whatever capacity, meant for them, fated, whatever, but really is not. There's something not reciprocal there. Um, Masculine may have attempted to make a situation or a relationship something more than what it really was. And so something's just not equally yoked there. It's I want a divine counterpart. I want a divine union. I want whatever that means for this masculine. I want what that represents, and they're not getting it. But they will get that with somebody else. Now, for whatever reason, it doesn't feel like somebody is like, oh, I found somebody, so now I'm gonna like something was already going on because they keep wanting me to refer to it as a situation. Somebody's leaving a situation. Um, but see, that's why we have the Ten of Pentacles. I call it the Ten of Cups. Ten of Pentacles is the sense of longevity, destiny, a bit of a faded, but also a reciprocal energy here. Um, so Ace of Pentacles, whatever he's about to start with somebody is going to last. The test of time is what they just said. See, this sounds so fucking like I'm on the Disney Channel. Golden Universal. Why are we saying it like this? What's going on? I am looking at the Three of Cups. It has an egg on it. It has an egg, which is about new beginnings. And usually I say it's already begun once it's cracked. Like once it's cracked open and the egg is, something's already hatched, right? Around this egg is a red ribbon. So this is representing the relationship or the connection that is meant to happen. The egg has a chip in it. Which makes me feel like somehow there was like a false start. Like, like when something's trying to peck its way out, but it's not fully hatched. But this feels like dropping it and nicking it and like, like a chunk coming off the egg and like the ribbon is wrapped around it because it's like trying to repair that. So this may be a situation that it probably should have kicked off already and it hasn't because of some external circumstance situation with some other person. But again, it's not like somebody stepping out on somebody. There's not that. There's a wrap up happening. And that might be why something had a false start because something was wrapping up. It's funny because I usually get into like the feels of something. This feels like anytime it feels like I'm going da, 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 like I'm like reading off of a sheet, like bullet points and shit. That's usually spirit. Spirit doesn't really get all wrapped like I mean source, like directly from source. Um, when I'm not tapping into either party's energies and emotions around this and that kind of stuff, and it's just strictly like spirit going, and this is this. It's like giving a report. Spirit's giving a report. Anytime I'm like, boop, 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 and there's like no emoting or anything else like that, that is directly from source. So source is kind of like recounting something and just saying this is the deal because I've yet to really experience, feel, pick up on either anybody's energies, emotions, perspectives. It's just giving a recounting of something. Okay. Ace of Cups on the bottom, Seven Cups. So there was definitely confusion surrounding some of this stuff. Uncertainty of what someone should do, how to handle it, how to go about something, what's even happening, what's going on. I don't understand. But then there's this like massive, like a gift, Six of Pentacles, receiving the thing that you're missing, receiving and with the Ace of Wands, something that ignites you, something that uh, 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 I feel like taps into your soul. That's why they had the Ace of Wands up here. Where like I was like, there's a fire, like something ignites within you that was missing Five of Pentacles before. And again, I was picking up like both of these individuals feel as if they've never really actually had. They've had connections, but they've not had something like this. I'm hearing Evanescence song "Bring Me to Life." You know that verse, "Bring me to wake me up inside, call my name and say you love me." Is that how it goes? Shit, I've been making stuff up all the time. Okay, so there's a bit of a confusion, and so a feminine established. I'm trying to figure out how this feminine, if there was a false start and somebody was trying to pull away from a situation or wrapping a situation up or somebody was playing an ambiguity. That's the masculine there that was in that situation. Very defensive, uncertain, felt like very protective and cautious. um that is what led to their slow movement, really wanting to understand something, wrap their brain around something. But it's also like moving forward with integrity then. Knight of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Again, can feel like a waiting period to kind of like, is this going to be well received? Am I going to be well received? Um, Wanting to show up in the right kind of energy, wanting to show up. I heard worthy. And then there's just a moment of clarity, a moment of decisiveness. Knight of Wands is cutting something out. It is a trajectory change, a pivot, and movement towards something. So this Knight of Swords is a very sudden one, where it's like the 180 switch up is very quick. So something felt very slow, but I want to say this masculine is methodical and wants to really understand something through and through, and has a very protective. They're very protected of themselves. Nine of Wands, uncertain, guard up, wanting to be sure of something before they made any kind of moves towards. So that left somebody else waiting, and then the switch up is fast. A decision's made, changes are had, and things just kind of like move forward. Okay. And fast as shit. Eight of Wands. There is no delays in this. To go from, it's weird because whoever is in a very feminine type of energy, and this is the only way I know how to describe it, like whoever's whoever, but it's almost as if it's like they got fed up and like, this is this. And they could have switched up and I don't know, there's communication though. They've articulated something that left this masculine knowing that they needed to get their shit together. Like something happened. They articulated something that gave the clarity this masculine needed. They were not mincing words. This feminine said something that must have changed everything in the way this masculine was moving, because the switch up was instant. The recognition of the red thread, the it somehow pierced their heart, because we have one singular nail, and usually in a lot in this even this deck, like the heart cushion has like a bunch of them, a bunch of pins, a bunch of nails or something in it. um just one with a scissor and a dagger, and it's almost like something said, something communicated, ignited something, like and created the switch up. There's definitely a letting down of the guard. But now we have, now that the masculine is moving fast, I see caution. This is the Four of Pentacles, which is kind of like the should I or shouldn't I energy with the Queen of Swords. There might be more caution on the feminine side now. Or she's just really, because the Ace of Sword over here, she's the one in charge. So she's the one that's wielding this entire situation. She's in control. So naturally, she would have her sword up, because I'll cut you the fuck out quick if you don't show up exactly as I said. This is my expectation. Again, we have the World. Talk to me about the Four of Pentacles. I don't understand. So I feel like, oh, so Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. She's going to be looking. She's not going to jump right in. She's going to be very observant and expect to see proof of her expectations being met. It's funny because I don't feel like these two have ever been together. There was obviously some kind of shared chemistry or shared attraction to one another. Um, we have the Ace of Wands twice, but this may be a like nothing will ever get off the ground until you clean up your situation. Magician, clarifying the Four of Pentacles, just reiterates that she's in charge. Whether this happens or not, she's the determining factor. Okay. Tell me about the Eight of Wands. Tell me about the Eight of Wands. This feels so, it's so matter of fact, which is kind of the energy of this feminine energy. So, not mincing words. Eight of Wands. Tell me about the Eight of Wands. I heard complying. He's complying. Whatever demands were put down or boundaries that were established or I heard rules of engagement, whatever that is, he's complying. Why do I feel like she must have said or done something outside of establishing the rules of engagement because there's something that she did that had spawned this change, this switch up. Very Eight of Wands is this is going to start very, very soon. Rules of engagement. He's going to engage very, very soon. He's going to communicate, connect, start this very, very soon. Eight of Cups. Definitely walked away from whatever the fuck it was. Whatever there was like, this is not going to be messy. This isn't going to be ambiguous. This isn't going to be, oh, is it like, there's no confusion here. You better make it very fucking clear. And somebody did. They left and abandoned. They want me to correct, not abandoned. They left something that should have been put down a long time ago. They brought clarity. Okay. Well, the Devil came out in reverse. So it definitely, they freed themselves from something that I guess they technically could have done before, but didn't. Yeah, there was a situation this masculine was involved with that was too muddled up. And somebody was like, I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. You either fucking make things crystal fucking clear or nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. You either clear this up and clean this up and get the fuck away from it, or it's not happening. Whatever that situation was, that also probably involved other people, literally was the problem to the false start. But he's cut himself away from that. Why didn't he to begin with? Why wasn't there movement before? Tell me anything you Two of Wands came out reversed. That's no action. With the Sun. Definitely things were clear. Well, that doesn't fucking make it like what? Because the Two of Wands is it, yeah. There was a pause. We get it. Hanged Man. This masculine needed to understand something. There was definitely some changes of perspective that were going on. Really wanted to understand something. I think that this masculine was confused as to. It's weird though. I get a little ego from the Sun. I'm getting the Leo vibes off of that. How is something so clear, but yet not clear? I feel like there was some kind of something in regards to their pride that they had to work through or like move through. Because the Two of Wands is I have a desire and I choose how to act on that desire. But this person chose not to act on a desire. And we got the Ace of Wands twice. They chose not to act on a particular desire. And that delayed this. But why? Why did they not act on it, Spirit? Why did they not act on it? I don't get that. Okay, just mental conflict? Then tell me about the Sun. Three of Pentacles. Material work. They were having success in material work, or they wanted to be successful in their work arena materially. So they didn't make any moves. They wanted to protect their work. Why would it have been Hanged Man? They were prioritizing work, but I also said they wanted to protect their work. Why? What was protect? Nine of Wands, which we've got twice now. So they were really cautious, overly cautious. I didn't mean to say that. Overly cautious, uncertain, being very proactive. Somehow this might have impacted their work. This moving away from one situation towards another may have, and they were trying to secure something materially. They were focusing on that, and they were worried about that. Seven of Cups, Nine of Wands. It's like they weren't going to move on something until they were certain. This feminine did something that made them very certain. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would I compromise and risk something in regards to my work and my success if I'm not sure and certain about something? And dare I say, they weren't sure or certain about the feminine. They were sure and certain about what they were feeling and that there was a connection, but they weren't certain. There's something that they weren't totally sold on in regards to this feminine. Like they didn't have enough information. Seven of Cups. They didn't know enough. And it's like, why would I to pursue that before? Why would I, and they're in the process of trying to be very financially stable. They're building something. Three of Pentacles. Yeah. Very cautious because of that. We do have the Magician with the Seven of Swords, which is kind of like, what if this is just a lie, an illusion? Like, are you even real? Okay, so this is giving me, I know what I felt. I know what I desired. I know this, something was very consuming about this. They were picking up on something that seems otherworldly. I think it was that red string, but they didn't know enough about the person to feel confident and secure where they would risk their sense of security, their material success, what they've been working on. Because again, there's a separation from a situation to move towards this person, but this feminine did or said something that, like fireworks, made it perfectly clear. And then it may be something in their boldness and something they communicated and articulated. And I get two things off of the Ace of Swords. They said or did something that brought clarity for this masculine, but then also, like, it's almost like they wanted to know this feminine's, their integrity, their sense of self-worth, their, something very powerful that this feminine did when they were like, here's the boundaries, here's my expectations, blah 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 blah. And there's something very much where this masculine, for lack of better term, guys, and phrasing, I just wants to serve, wants to give the world. Because it's almost as if it's like they were picking up on something otherworldly, and now something that's happened within this reality matches that. So both realms are matching, and it's like, okay, this isn't just a fantasy. This isn't just, I'm not just making this up. This is real. There's some, like what I sense and feel and imagine about a person, because Ace of Wands is also creativity, imagination. Um, who they are matches that. They just didn't want to be bamboozled. Back to the Three of Wands. Because this masculine is trying to create a life, a very specific type of life, working very hard at creating that, manifesting something. And either they don't want to be lying to themselves and create a situation, or they don't want to be lied to. They don't want to fall for any kind of deception or illusions. So they withheld. King of Wands. I mean, that's the reason why the King of Wands is the way that he is. He's able to just like singularly focus, has motivation, drive, determines what it is that he wants, and it's just that's also, I just heard, but he also won't go after something he know he can't have. That's not worth going after. There's something he realized this feminine is not easy. Not just looking for anything, not just looking for an illusion. A Seven of Swords. There's a sense of strength that has been perceived. Sense of integrity, strength. Like they have better understanding of this feminine's character. Um, okay. Definitely led them to making that decision to make this change. It's a permanent change. So what happens now? Let's pull a different deck. What happens now as a result of this? Like how is this going to unfold? Where's this going to go? What yeah. Knights and Tarot. Now what? Now what? It's like because I haven't really given any indication to who this feminine is other than some character things. It's as if I'm almost like reading for a masculine as confirmation, reiteration of what's happening. Because I don't know if I've given the other party to this any real information that tells them, yes, this is my reading. I don't know. Six of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords, which it represents uh, growing fears and anxieties and uncertainties. Flanking it is the Six of Pentacles and the Emperor. There's definitely some level of extending something here. This Emperor is concerned as to whether he will be received or if this feminine will accept. There are some anxieties around that. Okay. Again, we did have the Four of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. There is... Okay. Maybe he waited too long, but she's made it abundantly clear. How did this happen? She did something that established like her expectations. He figured it out somehow. Fucking Hanged Man again. He's figured something out. He's seen something because there's one perspective before and upon closer look there's a different perspective. He's also got the anxiety because he waited. Five of Pentacles again with the World. Between the there's two Six of Pentacles. That is the giving energy. That is, I am giving you that which you lack. Again, the World card came out twice now. I want to give you the world. He wants to give this feminine something. Because we got the Five of Pentacles with the World. Cards keep repeating here. He wants to give this feminine something. What does he want to give her? What does he want to extend? What is he's coming in with something, something very substantial with the Knight of Pentacles. What is he wanting to give her? And we got the wand here, so that's obviously a possibility. We have 2 Ace of Wands, very phallic. I doubt, though, now that he knows what he knows, that's not the thing that's going to sell her. That's, oh, he's got to show up, and he likes that. What does he want to give her? I mean, the world, okay. A second. King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles references the thing that we know that he's been building, the work, the life, the success, the stability. It's provider type of energy. It's odd. He only when he sees her level of strength, fortitude, integrity, sense of self-worth and power is he now wanting to come in and act as a provider type of energy. He wants to provide her with something, give her a sense of stability. This is just my human brain. Was she not worthy before you knew her sense of what? Like it's giving you've been strong for way too long. Like they see her now. This masculine sees her and is like sees her differently than before. Has always felt something. There's always been a tug, a pull, an ignition of something. Sees her differently and now wants to do this, wants to help, wants to be there, is uncertain if she'd receive it. Okay. At least I can tell me what? Mm-mm. It's weird though because this is coming from source. It's not coming from his perspective. I can't get into exactly how he's feeling. It's almost like source is telling me the story. So usually when I'm dealing with people's energies and what they're going through and how they're like when I delve into them, my spirit team acts like a filter, right? But I still pick up on all the emotions and the but this is like a like a bullet point, boom, 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 like a ask and answer. Like it's very like factual instead of like enmeshed in any kind of whatever. And I wouldn't think so because that dude was a douche canoe. This motherfucker's not a douche canoe. Cautious, yes. Because this is someone who was not wanting to give something before or wasn't really certain about pursuing something. Yours was giving all over the place. Six of Wands. They could see success with this feminine now. They want to help her be successful. Five of Pentacles keeps coming out. Six of Pentacles in response to that. We did say, as far as like the Ten of Wands, he wants to be a pillar. He is the pillar. He's not leaning up against anything. She's kind of like he's holding her up. She's giving him the softness that he wants and desires, but he is the pillar for, because remember, I was like, he's not leaning against anything. He doesn't need any of that. He is the pillar. The Ten of Wands. Remember, he is the pillar. He's holding her up. She's hoisted in the air. He's like, I've got you. He is the anchor stability or something like that. She is missing that in her life, and he wants to be that. So he must have realized and discovered, because somebody who just wants someone to do that for them, they'll drain you. They'll derail any level of success that you have. That's not somebody you want to just invite into your orbit. But now he realizes her level of strength, fortitude, integrity, her truth. She's not looking for that, nor does she fucking need it. But he wants, or so she would say. He understands her better and now is like, I want to help. He wants to give to her. I remember I kept saying, what does he want to give her? He wants to hold her up so that she can like uplift her so that she can be successful. I'll be your rock. I'll be your pillar that you can lean against. I will be there so that you can, I want to give you the world. Well, shit. So he didn't know enough before. He felt everything. He felt the red string of fate. He felt something ignite within him. He felt passion towards her. He may have felt he may have been thinking this is just probably like he was really drawn and and I heard captivated. So she grabbed his attention, but he didn't know enough because that's all that there was. But something she has shown who she really is with the Ace of Swords. She has shown it in some. That's why I was like, she's done something where he's like she has. But I think it's through communication, and this may be something where he's either witnessed her doing something, like he can visibly see something about her online, or Ace of Swords, like she's said something, she's articulated something, like she has shown something to him that gives him insight to who she is in this reality. Not, and that's why we have the Seven of Swords. Like, am I making shit up? Is this just in my imagination? Am I lying to myself? Is it an illusion? Am I fabricating with the magician this illusion? Like I can't just go off of that. That's why he wasn't making moves. He was so uncertain. Is this just, oh, we said earlier, limerence? Is this just limerence? Is this just infatuation with some stranger? Is this just, like, am I making it up in my head that I feel all these things that this is like, I feel like the world, but his perspective has changed. But he did hold back. He was cautious because he was uncertain. He didn't really understand what was going on, but he sees whatever has been presented to him about this person. it's like it just matches up with what he was feeling. It's almost as if it's like his heart and his mind are in agreement now. He was feeling something. He felt something for this person. Didn't make any sense. So he really didn't care about what his reality looked like, how messy it was. He really, again, there's all these other energies. So he contemplated it before, but never really did initiate. With this 3 of Cups, though, that egg was always like, always had the red ribbon around it. This beginning was always supposed to happen. But again, tell me about the 3 of Cups. What other energies were around making it difficult? Because it wasn't just his perspective of like, "Oh, I'm just feeling this." He obviously he had to distance himself from, like, another energy. It was something that wasn't reciprocal. It was something that he thought was, again, this is a person that thought he was connected to somebody else, but they were not they were not equally yoked to him. So that's something that, like, maybe he hadn't cleaned that up all the way. And he wasn't really in a rush to do that because see, if you have uncertainty about what this is, and then there's other energies or factors in play, you're not really going to be quick to move on something. I feel like they brought up the Queen of Swords again. I think whatever that situation was that used to involve a person, we would say that was the Queen of Swords. It was devoid of true emotion. We have the heart in a cage. So now they're rearranging the cards to express something else. The Eight of Wands, it would have been a lot faster, and maybe they would have figured this out sooner, the truth about this feminine, if they weren't, because there's a sense of like the Four of Pentacles is like, has a sense of like in a comfortable spot, kind of like already established with something, not really sure how to move forward, like, because it's like, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? And then we have this Queen of Swords. So it's giving a little bit like, I feel like between being really uncertain and being in a comfortable place, like, because Four of Pentacles does give me this idea of there's been a lot of investment in something, there's history somewhere, you know. I think this Queen of Swords acted as a deterrent from investing in the future, because the Four of Pentacles talks about what you've done in the past, what things are right now, and how you move forward. That's the Pentacle and the Crown. And so it's like past, present, future. And so there was something happening with a Queen of Swords that maybe they couldn't even think of moving forward, because so yeah, they knew they had to wrap something up. But, they were taking their own sweet time because they didn't really know what this was, and so they were just kind of like, "I'll just," absolutely money, material, building, security, all that kind of stuff was wrapped up in how they were moving. This Queen of Swords is there. Obviously, somebody like her back is to them. The Yeah, and if you don't know, you're not going to move in this direction because you don't know if this is even real or if this person would want anything or who they really are. Blah blah blah. Like, you're feeling something. But you've got other shit that you've got to wrap up, and you're just like, and so you lollygag your fucking ass this would have gone a lot faster. Let me tell you what, they would have paid more attention to the calls, the pulls, the nudges, the this fire that ignited within them in regards to this other person had they already been out of this situation with whatever this past situation is. Um, but the fact that this person was still in their present moment or was still present in their life, um, again, we got the 4 of cups. It's like not really not happy with their life as or like not wanting to engage with the status quo of their life, but also kind of ignoring the new cup that came in. This is where they were. They I just feel like they let something in their life linger longer than it needed to be. And if I'm going to really give you a scenario of how this feels, it feels like things were already like there was no love with this past with the Queen of Swords. Somehow there's some either investments or like things that they were involved in, and so there's just a very elongated process of wrapping it up, ending it, you know, getting everything really nice and neat and clean because there was really no initiative or no reason to move any faster, you know, and they weren't in a hurry to rush this person off out of their life because there's history here. And since they were so worried about work, this person could somehow play a factor in that. And so they were just in this perfect storm of you know, that the confusion, the 7 of cups. Like you know, but something that this feminine did, hanged man, really they're understanding something so very clear, seeing something completely different, paying more attention to this draw, seeing this person for what it is, their situation for what it is. It's like it gave them incentive to be like to wrap something the fuck up. And they are. 2 Knight of Swords. Fast, quick in a hurry. Boom, boom. Making a major fucking change. Is it wrapped up completely? There's gonna be very quick movement. Very quick movement. Are they done wrapping it up? What's next? Hierophant, Queen of Cups. Oh. You are the softness that they desire. They want to be your pillar and you will be their pillow. And the most layman of terms is that like maybe somebody was just like, like in some kind they did some kind of separation, but like, all the loose ends were not tied up, like, you know what I mean? And they now have incentive to have that shit cleared the fuck out because they know more about this woman and like they ain't no fucking way. She deserves like I'm gonna come into this clean. They still don't know though if this woman's gonna accept them. I get it, spirit. Okay. But I tell you what, they sure as hell are a lot more clear on what they fucking want. And when I say whatever this feminine decides they need in order for something to move forward, this motherfucker intends to deliver on that. Mm. Will they be is there connect are they connecting soon? Oh, he intends on it. King of Wands with the 10 of Cups. This is what he wants. Oh, he's done decided. Done. Like, gonna move mountains, gonna bridge the distance, gonna do whatever he can. Win. He definitely wants whatever mess he's come from or whatever mess he let linger is done. Okay. And is he coming in? Hold on. Going from uncertainty and confusion with the 7 of Cups to being singularly focused and driven with the 8 of Pentacles, wanting to move something forward to the Ace of Swords. Making a way, clearing the path, communicating. Are we going to get a timing on this? I know the only one we have is King of Cups. I like this motherfucker went from confused to not remotely confused, like not even fucking close, like absolutely sure. I don't think this feminine realizes that she did something that solidified, clarified, and initiated something. Anything else you want to say, Spirit? Because I'm trying to figure out when, and you're not fucking answering me. Ace of Cups. That's their intent. And right here, all next to each other, we have the King of Cups, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups. That is their intent. It's like the person who remains friends with like an ex or something like that because it's like and like because might as well, we're all part of the same friend group, but like then they find somebody that they desire greatly. Ace of Wands. They desire you greatly. They're like, oh no, they suddenly change and switch up and because they're like they know. Like, nope. And if there's a problem within the friend group, because they're like, "Oh, no, I'm gonna make this very crystal fucking clear with this person," like, they would cut them out too, like, nope." That's kind of like the energy of it, like, it's something messy left, um, but yeah. I don't know why they don't tell me when, but if a feminine needs to know whether or not this person is cleaning something up and willing to meet their expectations, this masculine is and will. So what okay. I'm gonna be done with that one because like I don't know what else to say. I don't even understand the reason behind because they're not really like it's like a recap for somebody of but I feel like I didn't give any indication as to it's like one of those things where it's like if it's for you, you would know. There'd be zero question because they gave no indicators, really, in my opinion, that would solidify, oh, this is absolutely for me. Because it felt very like objective. I couldn't give you any real this is like basically if you put down like your expectations, you were interested in somebody and their life was a little bit messy, and you're like, and you whatever it was heard, received, and will be reciprocated. So crying out loud. Yeah, that's the best that I can do. They want to come in as fast, like they as quick as possible. So hope that finds whoever it's meant for. Hope you guys have a fantastic and wonderful day, and I will see you guys at the next read.